This video is sponsored by Phoenix Pharos cards. If you need supplies of singles or splits for Cardfight Vanguard, especially the ones in the video, do check out Phoenix Pharos cards today, and as a bonus, use the promo code MetaNerd to get an amazing 5% discount. And with that being said, let's get on with the video. Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the MetaNerd channel. I am Marcus, bringing you another video for Cardfight Vanguard Willdress. In this video, we'll be going through the support that Rorowa received for DBT11. Of course, I have been away for like 2 weeks because of my business trip to Japan. It was a really great experience. Thank you very much for asking. Even if you didn't, I'm just gonna assume that you did. In any case, since I'm back now, it just means that I'm gonna have to catch up on the weekly release of supports, especially on the Tuesday as well as the Thursday. Without further ado, let's take a look at what Rorowa has received for DBT11. First off, we have Viewpre Stinger. Continuous Rigor Circle. During your turn, if your drop has 2 or more Blitz Order, this unit gets 5k power. Auto, when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, cost Counterblast 1, search your deck or drop for up to 1 Sweet Honey Garden, reveal it and put it into your hand, and if you search your deck, shuffle the deck. This is basically like a very generic 13k booster once you have like 2 Blitz Orders in the drop zone. Although having 2 Blitz Orders I don't think is going to be a problem because the Blitz Order in this nation is quite good, and with the introduction to a new Blitz Order, which we will talk about later, it's gonna give this whole nation like a really good defensive boost. This card does help to recycle or search for that order card, although you do need to pay 1 Counterblast to get back that Blitz Order and a Soul Blast to actually activate the Blitz Order, so it's going to be quite tough in terms of the resource management. Also, it seems that every other nation is gonna get like these generic card that basically fetches out that specific order card to the hand or recycle from the drop zone. Nothing really much to be said for this card other than, you know, he will be fetching this Blitz Order. Not every nation has the same normal order or Blitz Order skill. I think the Blitz Order for Stiocheia is going to be much better overall. Which brings us to Sweet Honey Garden. This is basically the Blitz Order that the previous card will be fetching out from the deck or the drop. You will be able to play this with 1 Soul Blast. You choose one of your units and it gets 15k power until the end of that battle. If your drop has a Blitz Order, it gets 25k power instead of 15k power. This is basically a 15k to 25k shield Blitz Order. It's actually very good due to the fact that it only costs 1 soul and you're able to keep recycling from the drop zone or basically search out from the deck. You will only need 1 other Blitz Order in a drop for you to unlock the full value of this card. With the recycling stuff that Stiocheia gets, this combo is actually much more usable than what we see in Telegram. Soul usage might be a problem the more times you use this card, because I don't think there's a lot of soul charge mechanic within Stiocheia. I mean, they do, but with the rate that you are using soul, I don't think it will be enough. So it's going to be a balance between whether or not you want to spend the soul for defensive or you want to spend the soul for other skills that you may or may not want to use. But a 25k for a soul I think is quite okay. Rorowa is basically known for being a very defensive deck, so yeah, this card can be used in that deck. It's going to be quite stupid. Next, we have Hero Pineapple. Auto Rigor Circle. When the attack this unit boosted hits a Vanguard, cost retire this unit. Choose a grade 2 Blitz Order without Regali's piece from your drop. Put it into your hand. Choose a card from your hand and discard it. So I'm just gonna put this card here because of the interaction between this Hero Pineapple and the grade 2 Blitz Order that we talked about. This card does helps to recycle the Blitz Order for more defensive capabilities if you do find yourself like very short in terms of your hand size. This card does helps a bit in terms of that department. However, I think this is more of a bonus unit to run rather than a must unit to run. I mean, the whole defensive capabilities of these 3 cards are kind of bonus. You don't necessarily want to run them in a deck because they don't really bring any value in terms of the offensive side. Trading off some offensive capabilities for defensive power is probably not the way to go, unless of course your defensive capabilities does carry forwards to your offensive, then sure. But as compared to probably at the moment only Tegra, this 3 cards combo might have the more usability over the other nations, because the other nations combo cards are okay. They do provide like 5k overall, but then again, not really the best effects out there. But for Stiocheia, these 3 cards are actually not that bad because it does provide more defensive, which is always going to be really good. Except maybe your opponent. Next up, we have Affectionate Hunter Matias. Auto, when this unit is placed on rearguard circle from hand, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Rorowa in its card name, cost Soul Blast 1, retire 2 other rearguards, choose a grade 2 or less card from your drop and call it a rearguard circle. Second skill, auto front row rearguard circle. At the beginning of your battle phase, if you have a unit with Rorowa in its card name and a unit with Redalina in its card name, you may call a plant token to rearguard circle. This card is actually quite good in terms of exchanging your token units for a much better unit, which is definitely going to be good, and let alone you are able to superior call them from the drop zone. This on by itself is actually super duper good. With how fast you are generating plant tokens from the Rorowa engine, yeah, this skill is just really good. You exchange 2 plant tokens for basically a more powerful unit from the drop zone is definitely going to be good, especially in the case of Redalina, because once people see Redalina in the front row, yeah, they are most definitely going to kill it off. And with 1 Counter Blast and 1 Soul Blast, you are basically getting both of your front row as well as the Momoke token behind Redalina. Not that bad, but of course this is provided that you do get the plant tokens for free. You don't necessarily have to retire the plant tokens because it only says retire to other rearguard. Any other rearguards that you think does not have any value, you could just retire them away to for, you know, a Redalina. This I think will have more emphasis on milling stuff because the more cards you have in your drop zone, you are able to basically tag and 2 box from the drop zone to superior call whatever you want for the cost of only 1 soul, as well as retire 2 rearguards for anything in the drop zone. I mean, grade 2 or less, it's definitely not bad. And not only that, it also helps you to replenish your field if this guy is in the front row. You will definitely have Rorowa as well as Redalina thanks to the first skill. You will definitely be able to call a plant token to the rearguard circle at the beginning of your battle phase, which means that the whole cost for this unit is basically Soul Blast 1 and retire a rearguard. It does help you in terms of replenish your board. It's really good. I would give this card a must-have support status. Get this card if you are a Rorowa player. Next, we have Hallucinatory Morpho. Auto rearguard circle. When this unit attacks, if your drop has a blitz order, cost Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets 10k power until the end of that battle. Auto rearguard circle. At the end of the battle that this unit attack a Vanguard, cost Counter Blast 1 and bind this unit. Search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 or greater blitz without Regali's piece, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle the deck. If a drop has a blitz order, you may search for a normal order instead of a blitz order. This is a 20k attacker, while having a blitz order in a drop is definitely going to be nice, and this is without factoring in personal right. So if you, of course, if you factor in personal right, it's going to be a 30k attacker, which is quite stupid. However, since it does cost you 1 soul blast to gain that 10k power, it's gonna increase your overall soul usage, which at the moment is actually really high in terms of your soul usage. You will definitely need to be careful in terms of how much soul you want to use within 1 turn, because if I'm not mistaken, Rorowa needs 1 soul, Redalina needs 1 soul to transfer the power, and then you have other skills that basically need soul. So trading 1 soul for power isn't really going to be that great inside Rorowa deck. Maybe the other decks do need them, but then again, the other decks do have stuff that basically consumes soul. On the plus side, after this unit attack a Vanguard, you're basically able to pay 1 Counter Blast and bind this unit away to search for a Blitz Order. Once again, we do see a lot of emphasis on getting the Blitz Order from the deck, which is basically a 25k shield if you have another Blitz Order in a drop zone. Even if you do not have any Blitz Order in a drop zone, that Blitz Order is basically still a 15k. Although of course you do need to play soul in order to activate skills, but yeah, you're gonna have to find ways to kind of counteract the soul issue, but I think it's not going to be a problem. Overall, I am a really big fan of the way that Bushiroad is trying to go into. I'm really happy about this. Last but not least is of course the new form for Rorowa, Viridescent Flash Rorowa. Although when this unit is placed by riding from for once Precious Sting Rorowa, the original grade 3 Rorowa, call up to 2 plant tokens to rearguard circle, and they get auto when this unit is retired from rearguard circle, draw a card. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, activate Personal Right. Second skill, Auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks, cast bind a for once precious stings Rorowa from soul. Choose one of your glitter rearguards. Until the end of turn, that unit and this unit gets 5k power and this unit gets critical +1. At the end of that turn, write the card bound for this cost as rest. And of course the glitter skill. It would seem that all glitter right line will be having like an on-right effect from the OG form, as we can see from Tegra, and I think by now you guys should know what Chaos is doing. So I think most of the glitter right lines will be having the skill that activates personal right if you write on top of the OG form, which means that it doesn't really increase the speed of all of these 5 glitter skills, because you do still need to wait until the 4th turn, only then you're able to personal right. So yeah, not that great. But then again, if they would introduce like a personal right on the 3rd, then of course it's gonna be a big problem. Superior calling 2 tokens while getting the draw effect on retire is just disgusting. Not only are you calling 2 plant tokens for free, you will definitely want to retire them thanks to Momoke's tokens retiring stuff for power. So the draw from those 2 are gonna help the deck really hard. Giving Redolina the extra 5k is a small bonus, but this 5k does carry forward to the grade 3 Redolina once you use her skill for a extra attack. So it's not the most game-changing skill, but I'm telling you, that extra 5k do actually matters quite a bit. The extra crit that Rorowa himself will receive is definitely going to help their center column, because the center column for Rorowa is quite possibly the weakest one. With Rorowa deck able to perform a 5 attack combo, yeah, it's generally a good idea to guard the center column. This, I think, is a solid upgrade to the regular Rorowa, because the regular Rorowa is purely defensive. The offensive cards that Rorowa has are basically just Redolina and Momoke. He himself does not really do much other than, you know, superior calling 3 plant tokens. That's it, and he does not really do much. So with the direction of Rorowa is getting, this whole deck is gonna get stupidly tanky, and yeah, it's gonna be a pain to fight against this deck. And that is all for this video. Do let me know down in the comment section of what do you think of the whole Rorowa. Do like and subscribe if you like this video, and of course during the bell notification icon so that you don't miss a video I upload. With that being said, I'll see you all on the field.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.